Okay. Um, yeah, so to start with, a lot of Tracer's roles in this comp are primarily to fight for map control. And then once you've won map control, then you just dive with Dan, and like it should almost play itself. It should be really. But yeah, so your main job is fighting for map control. The people you're gonna be fighting with are the ball, the echo, and the soldier, right? So in all three of these matchups, right? You don't really do too well against these characters at close range, but you do much better at like sorry, you don't do very well against these characters at long range, right? But except I guess ball to an extent. But you do very well against these characters at close range, so it's mostly a job of like getting close to them without them realizing, and then pushing them out, right? And then from there you can organize a dive. Yeah, so this is super unfortunate. Sort of just took all the splash damage that was on Dan with the stickies, and then you just get blown up. I don't think it's that big a deal. Like, yeah, you could have reacted, but not something I would necessarily expect. Sort of random. High ground again. You were really good about playing high ground in this game in general, which I was really happy about. So this is something I'm not super fond of, just because conceptually, you got a free flank, right? You're sitting in the backline, you're ready to go in, right? You can even drop down, get ready to hide, right? Then when the enemy team starts coming back, right? Because they will eventually, right? You set up perfectly to just like get a free like jump on their Zen, right? You just bypass the map control phase, right? So whenever you get the chance to set up behind them for free, you should take it, right? Then all you do at that point is wait for Dan to get free somehow, right? And then like roll in, right? And it's very hard to stop the ball from getting free somehow, right? So especially since they don't have a tracer or like any kind of real flanker pressure, they just have an echo and a soldier, right? So at some point Dan will be able to roll in, right? And then you just go in with Dan and insta give the Zen, right? But you sort of like gave it up to pull them back a little bit faster, and right, that's not really important, right? What's important is setting up controlling map and diving together, right? And like you sort of give up your map control here. Is that Discord? You sort of give it your map control to end their pressure a little early, but like the pressure doesn't matter, right? What matters is the next fight. Oh, that's not you. Oh, okay. It's a misplaced, right? But the bigger problem is like now, like again, now Dan's going in, right? Or I guess he's going out now, or he is going in, right? But like you're not there, right? Imagine if you were like hiding here, like over here, as the Zen gets kicked out. This is a free Zen. The Zen just explodes, right? But you're just not ready for it because you're not, yeah, because you revealed too early, right? He still gets the Zen anyways, actually, but then it gets res, like don't camp it, right? Ah, unfortunate. Let's look at how you took that fight, actually. Yeah, so if you think about it, why did you go in, right? One to like one clip the Mercy, but like that's a really hard play to do, right? If you look what your team is doing, right? Your balls then are like kind of there, right? You actually shot the Mercy before she got Discord, so you sound a lot of damage, right? Your ball is getting healing and going around and regrouping to go around right side, right? So you just think about the raw timing on this. If you just sat here with recall and charged your blinks, this would just be better, right? Because you would be ready for the actual play. Because again, a lot of it's syncing up with what Dan's doing. Again, you got your map control, you're set up, right? You've already staged, right? You just need to not take damage, not get your cooldowns forced, right? And then when Dan goes in, then you just blow everything, right? To go kill the people he's on, right? But just conceptually, you're just playing this too fast, right? So as a result, you end up like trying. This Echo even realizes it, right? That you have no recall, right? And she's gonna fly at you, right? And if you look, she had Harmony a second ago, but she doesn't have Harmony anymore. But like the point is, like she's taking a fight where she's favored to win because it's easier for her to get help, right? You don't have an easy time getting help, right? So your biggest advantage here is actually surprise, not actually the map position, right? Plus a free flank, right? Because it's high ground. But the problem is like you're fighting committed cooldowns too early, and now you're being forced into a fight you don't really want, because you're at deficit, no like minimal blinks, no recall, right? And then Dan's going to go in without help after you're dead, right? And this again, like there's a lot of things are going wrong here, right? And you just didn't have to like go in at when you did, right? So you get killed, right? And that's unfortunate, but like it really just came down to like the fact that you like tried to go for one clip on a Mercy, you didn't have to, right?
Adaptive circuits engaged.
like the relative risk versus reward is like not very skewed in your favor because like it's very high risk and it's fairly high reward, right? It's a free kill, right? We'll take it, but like it's still a big commitment for like a kill, right? If you get the kill, it's really nice, right? But like it's a lot simpler if you just set up for the next fight. If you set up for the next fight because like your team is much more likely to win in a coordinate. Like if you think your team is better than theirs, right? Which I think is most of the cases in our scrims these days is like we're better than their team just as a team. Um, then you just like need to do your job, right? Don't do anything fancy. Just do your job, right? Figure out situations where you can go above your job, right? But don't force things, right? Just try to do your job first and foremost. Because if you think about it, like when was the last time you shot anything Dan was shooting at this round? I don't think it's happened yet. Reset, nice. Take it. All right, now you regroup. Chilling. Like, why does it feel okay to back out now after you get that kill, rather than last time? Because Dan is like resetting for next fight as well, right? You guys are setting up together, right? Or resetting together. So it's fine for you to blow cooldowns and go for a kill because nothing's going on, right? But last time you went for the kill as Dan was already gearing up to go for a next run, right? So in which case, like, you should just wait, right? Because like this time you get the kill and you hard back out, right? But last time you didn't feel comfortable doing that because Dan was about to go in, right? So you stayed here, right? As opposed to just backing out like you do now. See the difference? That's not you. There we go. You don't need to do that. You don't need to set up that far, right? Like, this is good enough most of the time. Go over here, right? Especially when you know the echo is underneath you, right? Like, she's going to push you, right? And she has a pocket, so like you don't ever trade favorably versus her, right? I mean, not ever. You can trade favorably versus her, but it's much better to like, either be in a position like you either need to fight with team support, right? If you look, you can't get team support, right? You just physically can't, right? Because again, she has team support. She has a permanent pocket, right? So you need to fight her either with team support or you need to bypass her, right? You need to like sneak up to 100 or whatever, you know. You need to be like invisible, right? That way you don't have to fight her, right? Because you can't contest her really. Easy. Like if you were fighting here and you had orb, right? You could fight her for this part of the map control to kick her out so she can't play here to dive your team. That's viable, right? You can contest her for that, right? But if you want to fight in her space, right? You can't fight straight up, right? So you got to get past her somehow. And the easiest way is just don't reveal that you're there, right? But by revealing where you were, right? Like you give up a lot of your advantage. You commit 2 blinks, she just walks at you, and then now you have to run recall as well. So she traded fly and like stickies for your recall. And that's like a trade you'll take any time as an echo. Stick. Again, like, oh, okay. You should still probably die here. God, are you gonna be? Yeah, I'll play this then. Oh, never mind. Oh my god, how does he miss? The Sig! Oh my god, please don't push this. Oh my god, he's so bad. To stay alive. Yeah, like, the reason why, like, you almost died, right? It's because you had your recall forced early over here, and then when you went for the stick, you had no recall, right? And you don't have to recall every time after your stick, but you end up in a situation where you were low in the middle of them and didn't have recall after your stick, right? It's because, like, again, you recall too early. Why did you use your recall too early? It's because you try to, like, fight for an area of the map that you didn't have support to fight in, right? As a result, you get your cooldowns without the ability to fight, right? I do like your emphasis on this side of the map, though. These sightlines are just this, where like the soldier can stand here and see everything. I do like this overall, yeah, just not playing it too. All right, you just think about this. What's the problem conceptually with what you're doing, right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to follow Dan, right? So I talked about this with Fush as well. But if you try to follow Dan, right, he's just going to bypass. He's just going to run past you, right? If you get to this point where you see Dan rolling in like this, just start turning back and going this way, right? So that way you can pincer whatever he's going on, which will be somewhere in this general area, right? But you don't want to like be stuck chasing after him, right? Like walking all the way out here like this. It's gonna be way behind the play, right? happened to you? Is there a way to get up here? Again, same problem, right? Dan goes in from this side, right? He boops him this way, right? You're not here to meet him, right? You're not like chilling out. You're not like coming out over here, right? While this is going on, right? You're just not ready to follow up on this. So now you're shooting an ulting soldier instead of the Zen, right? Zen transits, but this soldier turn to shoot you. This would be your recall force, right? Just immediately. Right? Just straight up ignore the fact that the fact this guy straight up ignores you is like a proof of like why this scrim was so easy, right? This guy just has no idea what he's doing. Like this 0-2 guy was really good, and this guy not so much.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Oh my god, he's ego. I forget, is this the map with clutch?
Locking on.
Stalling, I guess. I need some healing. Yeah, permanent mercy beam on you the whole time. Oh, awkward. Oh, rip. Definitely looked a little lost in this fight, but I think this fight was good. I see. That's going in. Ah, upward.
Sigma.
Nice. Yeah, this kind of just plays itself at this point. Like, this is why it's so important to check your boxes. You can't skip steps. If the enemy team walks in and they don't clear the spawn, they don't clear like hiding spots, right? They're just asking for this to happen every time. Which again, I felt like many times in the scrim when we were rolling, we were just rolling, right? We just killed them over and over and over again because they never actually like checked their boxes, right? Don't or sorry, yeah, they just never like went through the proper steps to gain map control before they walked their point, right? And so you guys just get a free flank every single time, and you just kill them over and over again. And why it's important for us to do that.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
But I talk forever, don't I?
3, 2, 1.
All right, so I forgot to bring this up after the round actually. But I talked about the ball goes this way and the tracer goes this way. I forgot to mention the echo is supposed to. So your echo just tries to like go through the tunnel, which is super awkward. Pressure, fighting for map control. You try not taking damage here. Yeah, instead of pushing here, right? Instead of pushing here, just blink across. This soldier isn't gonna push your angle because like nobody pushes into it like this. And then like try and see if you can get orb from this side. If you can't, right, then just stick it out here and try and figure out where you can go to like get healing. Like you don't want to like push into the soldier. Already are like missing health and don't have team support. Make sure you get the orb first before you start making aggressive play. Alright, so try not to blink too much now. Save blinks. Can't fight without blinks. Pressure and echo. Nice. Fighting for map control. So this is too early. What is your ball doing? Right, your ball is back here, right? Wait for your ball to go in, right? You fought for map control, that was really good, right? But you've gone past the map control phase, you're in the dive phase now, right? You don't dive by yourself, right? So it was good. You fought for map control, you killed the echo, that was great, right? Don't force the issue, right? Wait until your ball does something. Headshot sound. Right? Like look how much easier things are when you're fighting with your whole team like engaged, right? Like you have like Mercy help, like your ball went in, right? You're then shooting, your Sig's in the middle of them, right? Like it's just a lot easier when your team's in. Instead of like having to like go in and like trade your recall for like like some damage and some. We'll just do way more, and your recall can be way later if like your whole team's in. Oh. Right. Give you a free flank. Like you don't need to do this. Wait for your ball to go in, right? Ask your ball to go in, right? But the problem is like this is just too early, right? Almost get a kill, right? But you don't actually.
Back in the fight.
The only time you should go for that by yourself is when your ball is going in on something else, right? If he's going in on something else, then that's a good play to make because it pulls attention away from what the ball is doing, right? But if your ball is going in, like ready to go in on them, right? Then just wait for him to go in, right? And this is why it's so important for Dan to call what he's doing, because you need to know who he's going on, right? If he's calling like a ball on point or something, right? Then you make that play like every time, right? But if he's like getting like if he's not calling anything or he's like saying that he's getting ready to grapple or something, right? Then just wait, right? Yeah.
Adaptive circuits engage.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hi. Much better.
Fine. I'm control. Kill that guy. Nice. This team did not know how to kill him. That was like pretty apparent. Yeah, this part kind of just plays itself at this point. Mines. Ah! Mines are actually so scary for Tracer. It's all over the place. Alright. So I would like to see you not set up on this side of the map. I'd like to see you set up on the high ground on this side of the map because that's where the Echo's likely to go, right? If you look at it, they have a soldier, they have an Echo, right? If soldier comes this way, right, by himself to take an angle, right? Team just can your ball and Echo just can kind of just go kill him, right? And if he comes with his whole team, right, then like you can't really fight for that spot anyways by yourself. And in fact, it's kind of hard to get out from here because it's a lot of stuff, and you won't be high ground anymore. Like the silencer's hold. You'll end up having to like instead of crossing back this way, you have to go underneath and hide somewhere, right? It's like not very optimal. And if the Echo goes this way, right? If the soldier comes with like main or something, right? Then like you can't do anything. So you're pretty okay with that. And the Echo comes over this way, you can't do anything, right? And the Echo comes over this way. If you're on high ground, you can wait for her to like drift a bit, like come over to her and kill her, right? Like you did it in fights. But you want to emphasize this side of the map generally, because your Echo wants to play this side of the map, or at least like over this thing, right? But like the idea is like, this side of the map is hard to like actively fight over if they bring more resources than they're expecting, right? So you definitely want to emphasize point side a little, and just play the high grounds. This is okay though. Just gotta be patient here now though. Not patient. I have no idea though. Nice. Good discipline on not pulse bombing. Target focus.
Down for the count.
Oh. Slow. Damn it.
Much better.
Alright, go next. Okay. I guess that's okay. I would just like to see that happen while your ball's rolling, right? So if your ball is rolling in from the front, as you go for this play, it's so much better, right? Now you're trying to force this and just ugly.
Adaptive circuits engage. Wrecking ball.
Ever get that feeling so
Focus inside. Shot him. Panic there. Yeah. Just panic. Got lost in the sauce. Couldn't find who to shoot. Got a lot of people low and just never actually try to finish them.
Score
By a lot, I mean the second Zen.
1. Ready for battle.
I'll be busy soon enough.
All right. Now I talk for a long time. But all right. I went too far. Okay. On left side, I like this. Now I want you to go all the way around. Paying attention. Okay. Ball's going that way, so you can come off this way. That's good. Shit, messed up. Oh, no, that's not good.
The objective is
You probably want to just recall instead, right? And just go for their mega and try to live in their backline. Because they have no tracer who can chase you down. It's just kind of the ball, and the ball is not a ton of kill threat as long as you have back nearby. The Echo can kind of chase you, right? But you have the mega here, you have the mini here, right? And you can also dodge into their spawn, right? But like the problem is like now you've reset your map control, right? Gone all the way back, and like again, like I've said before, that like people oftentimes die. Like the fight is usually won before like the dive actually happens, because people fight for map control so hard they oftentimes just die doing it, right? Like this is what I mean. Like yeah, you lived, but you gave up all of the map control you got, right? And now you have to like take all this time to get back on the map control. I'm not saying you might as well have died, but like you gave up a lot for this. So it may have been worth it to try and recall. You got booped by the ball and just trying to live on this side of the map instead. Like look at this. You just don't have to fight for this. Just shut out, right? Bad. Now you're backing all the way out. Alright, going for the flank. Don't mind it. Good evening. All the way around. They're all on point because I don't know what they do. People don't understand understand how to hold the map. Nice. But like once you get in a position where you're here and the ball's going in and you're 6 from here, right? This kind of just plays itself, right? Oh no. Ryan. Why? That's not you. Oh my.
Hello.
Alright, just stay on this side of the map. Don't give it up, right? You have the mega behind you. Okay, so like once the ball is past you, don't chase him because your priority is this guy, right? Not the ball. Team will sort out the ball. You don't touch the ball. Rather, like once he gets the mega, right? Like, first of all, you can't really defend it from him until he hits you, right? And then second is like, once he gets past you, right? Just let him go, right? Chasing him isn't. You're not set up to actually dive anymore, and both you and Dan are back here, and you're giving up all your map control for this, right? Because imagine if you and Dan are diving right now while this is going on, right? Like, sure, the ball and the Echo are in, right? But are you and ball actually stopping these people from doing what they want to do? Not really, right? Much rather be here, like doing the same thing to their backline. That way, that would help Ryan, like for example, hold that pillar. Now you realize this, right? Now you all are thinking about it. It's way too late, and now that you've like lost one, and like your peel and then your ball's peel essentially did nothing, right? Did a bit of extra damage to their ball, but like the ball really doesn't care. I say as he dies, but say wouldn't have died if he died. Oh, this is so aggressive. Oh my god. Where'd he go? He's so scared of you. Let's clean up. Balls in. Timing. Timing window can be pretty generous. I was like, it's relatively good here. Again, when they're stuck on point here, and they're being shot by everything, fights play themselves.
I'm on green. Back in the fight. Now, where were we?
That was kind of bad. That was just like recall for stickies. Are you going in that recall? Although, like, oh my god, the headshots.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Zenyatta.
Kind of overused blinks a little bit. I don't think that big. Probably just doing it faster, but.
Echo online. That probably hurt. Posting up.
Oh! Oopsies. So if you missed that pulse bomb, right? Committed like double or triple blink for that. And you recalled, so you have no blink. So trying to run out and blink out onto the point, super risky. Right, that's probably what gets you killed here. Right. Never mind, you one clip. Oh my god, the soldier's so bad. But you die later for it anyways, so. It's not something you can rely on, for sure.
Back in the game. Hiya.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Oh my god, this soldier! Alright, well you own them in 2v1, which is always good to see.
Yeah.
Till Valhalla.
Oh my god, it's over. You just look at it and you know it's over. Okay, so to summarize, you need to emphasize like not getting caught in tussles, in situations where like you don't get easy access to team support. There were like times when you were on the high ground, right? And you just kind of try to fight their echo, right? And you just didn't have the ability to get supported, so you kind of just lose, right? Also, like you need to be careful about having your cooldowns forced before your team's ready to go in, right? Example, like on Nepal again, or on Shrine again, the situation where like Dan was getting ready to go in, right? And you try to one clip a Mercy, and then you didn't have the ability to back out because your team was about to fight. Echo goes on you and you die, right? And likewise, the situation where it was okay was when your team already lost the fight. You win and you got one clip on the Zen, and then you backed out, right? And you could back out because your team wasn't trying to go in. So just emphasize like setting, like timing what you do based on like when your team's about to fight, right? Your team's about to fight dictates your entire tempo. And likewise, you have an issue where like you tend to overuse before and during fights, and as a result, it makes it kind of messy when you try to choose. I think those are the big points. Yeah. I think your tracer is like looks a lot better than what it used to, like even relatively recently. Overall, really good job. Yeah, you got to work on cohesion with like Dan, right? Like your timings, like you gauge path was oftentimes the same as Dan's. So Dan was like engaging someone like relatively far away from you, and so you way behind his play. It was like a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I don't want this pod to run too long. Yeah, if you get to this part of the video, let me know what 7 plus 0 equals.